In the recent Mandalorian episode, we saw the return of Moff Gideon, which I thought was absolutely amazing. I thought it was really cool, but I do think that this should be his final season, and I think that he will die in the finale, personally. But in this episode, we did see the Shadow Council, and it has been rumoured for a while now that we would be seeing the Shadow Council in Star Wars, obviously. We would be seeing them in different types of shows, so I'm pretty sure they'll probably appear in Ahsoka. Like, they did state in this episode that they're preparing for the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, which is basically their whole point, and they're waiting for sort of their leader. But they also, in this episode, were discussing a new sort kind of leader, because Thrawn hasn't returned yet, and there's only been whispers of his return to the Empire. As we learned in the Ahsoka trailer, he is heir to the Empire. Today's video, I'm going to discuss and talk about what the Shadow Council actually are, and I guess what their motives are from the Galactic Empire, and what they, the only ones remaining. So if you did enjoy this video today, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video. So the Shadow Council was a secret advisory council that had been created by Fleet Admiral Gallius Rax in 5 ABY after Battle of Yavin. Rax created the council in order to govern the fragmented Galactic Empire from behind the scenes, while supporting an official figurehead in the form of Grand Admiral Ray Sloan. In secret, Rax planned to eliminate the Shadow Council during the Battle of Jakku, with the exception of Commandant Brendol Hux, whom he regarded as essential to revitalizing the Empire. While the council did meet its end, though Sloan, Hux, and Rand survived, reorganized by 9 ABY, Hux was once again a member, and he was joined by other Imperial loyalists, such as Moff Gideon and Captain Gilad Pellaeon. The reformed council, all focused on returning the Empire to its former glory, included quashing Mandalorians intent on retaking Mandalore, making advances in cloning efforts, and preparing for the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, the Shadow Council do have a massive history, like I just said, obviously being there during the Empire's reign, after, Revenge of the Sith, and going towards A New Hope, and after that, obviously, as we see them now, they were always there, I guess, to continue the Empire if there was any downfall, and I guess that is their intent now. The Shadow Council was an advisory council created by the Fleet Admiral, and they were in the Battle of Endor, and they saw the death of Emperor Palpatine and the fragmentation of the Empire. The council consisted of the most talented and able Imperial minds within the Imperial military, which had been depleted by the Galactic Civil War, with the intent of having it succeed Imperial ruling council as the primary directorate of the Empire. Now, I think that the Shadow Council is a very cool idea of having this in Star Wars at the moment. I think it is really cool, having the big minds of Star Wars all in one council, with Moff Gideon and Grand Admiral Thrawn. And I'm sure we'll see Grand Admiral Pride as well from Rise of Skywalker, who he said that he was loyal to Palpatine even when the Empire fell. So I think it would make sense if he was a part of this Shadow Council, because he was loyal to Palpatine, along with all these others that are part of the Shadow Council. And the biggest mind left in the Empire is definitely Grand Admiral Thrawn, and obviously it confirmed that we're going to see him in Ahsoka. So I think it makes sense that we're going to see him in the finale. I think we're going to see him in the last episode of The Mandalorian. I really do think he's going to appear, and I think that he might be the one to kill Moff Gideon. I think it would make sense, him asserting his power on the Empire and everyone in the galaxy. As we know, he is the big bad going forward in Star Wars. He's like the Thanos now. He is Thanos of Star Wars at the moment. He is the big bad, and I think that would show us that if he killed Moff Gideon, and him just appearing with his fleet, we know how big his fleet is, as we saw in, Star Wars Rebels, and we obviously know from Heir of the Empire books, we just know that Thrawn has a massive Imperial army, and we know that he is the big brain of the Empire at the moment. So yeah, I think it was awesome that we finally saw the Shadow Council in the recent episode of The Mandalorian. I can't wait to see them more, because I'm sure we'll see them more in, maybe the final episode, or we'll see them in Ahsoka, because I definitely think that they will appear again very soon. So if you did enjoy this video today, please like and subscribe, and may the Force be with you.